Hi everybody, I'm Bill Sanders and this is Watch Outside, the art and science of watch collection. Today we're having an unboxing. Now this came in the mail, just the regular mail, the kind the mailman brings. I didn't have to sign for it, and it was a very good buy. So without further ado, I will begin the unboxing. There's going to be much more to it as you'll see as we go along. So open it up, and here it is. It looks like a Twinkie, I think, piled up. It's very well wrapped. So you're going to have to give me a second. I'll be right back and show it to you, and then we'll go on and do some more to it. 1 second. Be right back. Okay, I got it, all the tape off of it, so let's see what we have here. More and more and more. Mummies are less wrapped than this. And, aha, here we go. And we have the final little burrito. And inside, aha, we have the watch. One thing I will say, if God forbid the airplane carrying this had gone down, I don't think it would have hurt it unless it caught on fire. This thing was very well wrapped. Okay, here's my watch, my new watch. And I'll take a look at it. There it is. Now this is called a Favre Twin Power. And the reason I got it is the Twin Power has 2 barrels in parallel. Very few watches that have twin barrels or 2 barrels have them in parallel. Most of them have them in series or sequence. And what that means is that if they're in series, that means one barrel, when it's finished, the other one kicks in, and so you have a longer time that the watch will run. What this one does, this one has in any watch with the barrels in parallel, like my FP Jarm Chronomet Souvain has that. What this one does is that both barrels are working together. Now, here's what I want to do with this watch. I want to take the back off. Well, first of all, before I take the back off, I'm going to bring out my Timegrapher. I'm going to check the time on it and see whether it needs to be moved a little faster or needs to be slowed down. Of course, the first thing I'll do, the very first thing, I'll wind it up and see if it works. So anyway, so that'll be the next part of this. Now, like I said, this is a video with more than one part. Now, the price on this was very, very reasonable. It was under $100. And but it's a look how thin that is. This is a nice little watch. It's hand wound, which I prefer. It's 18,000 semi-oscillations per hour, which I prefer, and then it has a double barrel and parallel, and it didn't cost a lot. All right, so now let me wind it up, and I'll set it, and I'll put it in a Timegrapher, and I'll be back and show that to you. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is to put the watch on the Timegrapher. The holder is actually a microphone, and the Timegrapher listens to how well it's doing. Accuracy is the number of seconds gained or lost per day. The minimal would be plus or minus 10. The average is about 5. Excellent is 3 or less. Ours is 48, 44. Not very good. Amplitude is the degrees of swing of the balance wheel. It should be between 280 and 320. Ours is 175. That's not up to snuff either. The beat error, ours is 1.8 milliseconds. It should be less than 0.6 milliseconds. The lift angle is 52, that's set. The frequency is 18,000 semi-oscillations per hour, which I happen to like a lot, which is also set. Okay, we saw the results of the Timegrapher And so what we're going to have to do is take off the back and make some adjustments. This is the tool that I use to loosen it. And I'll just loosen this up a little with this guy. And then this is a friction ball. The reason I like friction balls is that they don't scratch the back of your watch. So you can just turn it like this. And once you take the back off, you want to put it in some place that is dust proof. I have these little trays here with a cover on it, and also you got a little blower here that you want to blow away any dust and stuff. You don't want that on your watch. So you open it up, and now the one we had was minus, I think, a whole lot. It kept changing. So what we'll do, there's a little pointer in there. This one's not exactly a pointer, but there's a place to point. And it's slow, so what we want to do is that we want to turn it so that it's faster. And what this does, it tightens up the hairspring a little so that it runs faster. If it's running too fast, we'd move it over here to slower. So that's what we're going to do with this. Now this one looks a lot different than the ones we've seen before. It's just a little circle, and then it's got a little notch in it, and then you'll see a plus and a minus. The plus is for fast, and the minus is for slow. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll take the back off, and then I can sort of done it somewhat already. Okay, and we'll put it into a place where it's nice and safe, namely in my little covered tray over here. Now, in order to make the adjustments, what I would recommend is a wooden toothpick, and you can take it, and then on the pointer thing, there's a little thing that sticks out. You can push it either to make it run faster or make it run slower, and that's what we're going to do. Now, this will take several back and forth, because the little pointy thing on there is you move it a little and suddenly it's too fast, and you move it just a little the other way and it's too slow. So you have to sort of go back and forth. You've probably seen those swan neck regulators, and what they do, you have a little screw, so you turn the screw and then you just move it a very, very little, and that's what we want. So, so let's do that next. Okay, I took the back off, and you can see it's running. That's one of the things too, is that you want to be sure that your watch is running when you adjust it. So let's go ahead and do that. I like to put the back on just so nothing gets in there. So I'll sort of put it on loosely, and then I'll take it off again when I have to make an adjustment. This is another thing too that I like to do. Have my little blower here and just sort of whoop, give it a few whiffs, make sure any kind of little dust motes or anything get out of there. And by the way too, I have cups, just like coffee cups, and I put my little pupper and the ball in there so they don't roll all over the place. And this, what I'll do is, like I said, I'll put it in. Now this is going to take several times putting it on and off. Okay, I worked on it, and I'd move the little stick one way, and then I moved it too slow, and it would be really too slow, and then I'd move it back to too fast, and it was too fast again. So I had to keep doing that to get the best I could. Well, the best I could get is only +7 which isn't bad, but it would jump, like it shows here that it jumps up to 21. The amplitude was still way below what it needed to be. The beat error was also way above what it should be. It should be below 0.6, and here it is 8.6. It doesn't. There's nothing, I mean, the parameters, those don't change. 18,000 semi-oscillations per hour, that's fine. But, so, that's the best I could get done. Now, if you're thinking, maybe it wasn't such a hot Timegrapher you had, well, you put a good watch on it. This is my Lyrique Etude number 2, and you can see that the 1 second a day, if I adjust a little more, I could probably get it to 0, but it'll go between maybe -1 and 1, so there's hardly any variation. The amplitude, you can see that as 311. It's supposed to be between 280 and 320. It's well within those limits. Below 0.6, and you can see it's 0.1 milliseconds. So it's a kind of thing that, there's nothing wrong with a Timegrapher. Just to be on the certain side, I also did the Timegrapher on my Fabergé that has a Frederick Piguet movement in it. Now here you have the same thing. 275 is a little low on the amplitude, but it's within reason. Between 270 and 315 is one level. Another one, they think it should be up to 280, but 275 is good. The beat error is 0 on it, and it varies between +2 and +1. Anything 3 or below on the seconds is really fantastic. So both of these watches are examples of your really, really good watches. My little watch that I got, I like it, and it's fun to play with, and I'll try to find out more about it. I wound it up overnight, and right now it shows 11:20 on my computer, and this is also showing 11:20. So it may be off, but it's not that off, and it's a fun watch. It has dual barrels that are in parallel, which I only have. My only other watch with that is my FP Journe Chronomet Souvain, and then it's 18,000 VPH, and I have, I think, one or two other watches. Oh no, I have my H Mosers, and Lang & Heim have the lower rates on it. But anyway, this is one thing you can do with your hobby if you want to save some money, because I mean, I only paid $80 for it, and it was, but it's an interesting watch. Fabre-Luba dual power, or twin power is the name of it. Let me know what you think. And one way to have fun with watches without spending a lot of money. Take care. It's an opportunity to subscribe if you like. Until next time, this is Bill Sanders with Watch Art Side, the art and science of watch collection.